Here are the things that people don't tell you about being a Christian. It's going to cost you everything. It's a hefty price. They say salvation is free, but it's a major price to pay to walk through that salvation, to walk in that salvation. You're going to have to prepare yourself to lose some things. You're going to have to lose some friendships. You're going to have to lose some relationships, things and the people that you thought were going to be there. But the moment that God's begin to shift some things in your life, you're going to lose some things. It's going to cost you everything. But the question is, are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to pay the price to pick up your cross and follow after him? See, this thing is stirring up in my spirit because it's going to cost you some things that you love the most. But are you willing to sacrifice it? Are you willing to lay it on the altar? Are you willing to give it up for the Father? I will never forget God said, can you give up the very thing that you love the most for me, Ebony? Because the God that we serve, the Bible tells us that he was willing to sacrifice his only begotten son. He gave us the very thing that meant the dearest to him. He gave his only begotten son to us. And even with Abraham, you have to be willing to sacrifice some things for the Father. Can you lay it on the altar and not even desire to go back and pick it up again? See, God is not going to ask us to sacrifice our actual children, but there's some lifestyles. There's some secret sins. There's some hidden things within us that we may not tell nobody, even some things in the open. We may not know that it's not pleasing to the Father, but are you willing to lay it on the altar? Come on. Are you willing to say, this thing ran in my family until it ran with me? I'm not willing to keep going down this same pattern, down this same road. See, salvation is free, but it's going to cost you everything. It's going to cost you everything to walk after Christ and not after the flesh. Because see, what they don't tell you is that when you become a Christian, you literally become a soldier. Now you're enlisted in the army of the Lord. Now it's time to strap up your boots and get ready to fight, because we're in a war. We're in a battle between the spiritual and the natural, the flesh and the good and of evil. There is a battle that is going on. But when you pick up your cross, are you willing to pay the price? So you got a lot of people who show up to the battlefield, but not everybody is willing to fight. And even the people who show up on the battlefield who are willing to fight, some of them are not qualified. They're not qualified. It's going to cost you everything, because he's got to equip you. He's got to train you. He's got to have you be set apart, because you got to understand you've been chosen since the foundations. But are you willing to sacrifice everything, to lay your life down so that he can rearrange and shape you and mold you again? Because if the truth be told, there's some things in us that are not like the Father. But here I am, God, I'll be the sacrifice. I'll lay my life down. Because the Bible said you got to deny yourself. Here is a question that you need to ask yourself. Are you willing to pay the price?